And welcome everyone. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use multiple elements to find one specific field. Just take example of invoice number from different layouts of document. So in just take example like you have invoice from multiple vendors, and in that document you can have invoice number. In some pages it will be on the top, in some it can be on the bottom, left, right, anywhere. So I'm going to give you example of in two document of the invoice number, how you can use element to find this field in different layouts. So first I'm going to show you the document that I'm going to use in this example. So this is one sample example. So in this, as you can see, that invoice number is on the top in this right corner, and this is our invoice. This is line item. So in this invoice, you can see that Ramu fruit seller is selling the fruit to the Sundar Pichai. So Pichai is buying all this fruit. Okay, and this is our another invoice. So in this invoice, you can see the invoice number on the top is blank, but it is in the bottom here. So how we can capture this from here. So I'm going to show you that. So we are going to start this from Abbyy Flexi layout. So just open the Abbyy Flexi layout. So it is opening, create new project, and this is for invoice. So I am doing for invoice. Then I'm saving it in Abbyy Flexi capture. This is my Abbyy Flexi capture. This is invoice. I'm creating this new folder here, then giving it location, then okay. So we are creating new flexi layout project here. This is our properties. So in this case we are going to use only one page document invoice. So we are going to leave this field blank, and name is fine. This is our first version, that is also fine. In this I think this is all fine, so we don't need to do anything here. Then we are applying it. Okay. Now adding the image. So our image is here. We are just dragging the one image. It is adding. Okay, it is there. Now our another image. This one. Okay, it is also there. Now we are first just to start with match. Now we have the invoice and it is pre-recognized. So you can see Abby can read your company name, Ramu fruit seller, and all this detail. So what we are going to capture in this is invoice number. Okay. So from where we will start, from this place. We don't have multiple page, so we are not going to use header and footer, so we can delete that place. So we are deleting header and the footer. Now we will create static field. So static field we will give the header name. So uh, invoice. Here also we are searching for invoice, so it will be invoice. Okay. Yeah. Now when we search this, we will find where we are getting the invoice. Okay, we are getting one invoice here, not here. Okay. So now we have to make sure that we are getting invoice from the top and not from the bottom. So for that, what we will do is we will open the property. We will go to relation, click nearest, and page top page. Because this is pages top page, so we are looking invoice here. Okay. So okay, now we will search this, and this is on the top. We don't want this one. Okay, we want this one. Okay. So what we will do, we will first find this company name. Okay. So first we are going to find the company name. So company name is the company name, company. Okay. And the company is Ramu fruit seller. So we are going to paste that. Let's see what we get now. Oh, we are getting a Ramu fruit seller. Now we can take this invoice bottom here, and in this figure going to pass the relation. So sorry. So the relation will be uh, we found the company name. Good. Now the invoice number is below below company name. So So we are going to give it relation of, just take 50. So where we are getting 50. Okay, this is good. Now 50. Okay, match. Let's see where we are getting the invoice. Oh, now we are getting the invoice at the right place. Okay, good. So we have this invoice from here. Okay, now we need to capture its value. So we are using character string. We could use the this element, label field element, but we are not going to use that because we are going to show how we can use the multiple element to find the invoice number. So we are using first character string. Here I will give it a name of invoice 1, and I will leave this blank, make it 100. Then relation, it will be next to invoice, the this label. So we are using this invoice and we are going to give it like right of it. Then okay, and then we are going to use that again. So invoice, then above and below, it is not going to going anywhere else, it is just next to it and in, yeah, in the same range. So above, now below of the invoice. So this below and top and -10. Okay, good. So now we will again match, and now we can see that this is our label and we found the value. So this is our invoice 1. Okay, but in our second page we don't have the invoice here, it is blank, so we don't need this. We need this invoice from here. So how we will do that? Okay, so actually we don't need this hash. So what we can do is in this invoice, sorry, not in this invoice, we are just going to pass the number because in our case it is just number. But you can like invoice number can be alphanumeric or the numeric, so you can use according to your document. But right now I have the number, so I'm going to just use the number and not the hash. So in this case, in this invoice, it will fail. So we can see, wait, okay, 20. Okay, now match. So in first invoice, you can see we got this 100, not the hash. And in the second invoice, we got nothing because it is blank here. Okay, now we need the invoice number. So how we will find that? Okay, so what we can do, we have the invoice here, but we don't have invoice here. Now we can create another invoice. So again, static text and in invoice 2, invoice 2, yeah, sorry, st invoice, yeah, keyword invoice 2. This is going to send invoice. Okay, yeah, and now this is from the bottom, so we will use it in the bottom, but it is below this total due, so I will use this as a reference. Okay, so first I'm going to add this total due. So how I will do this, I will use keyword total due. Now in total due, I'm copying this and pasting here. So this is my total due. Okay, let's see what we get. Total due, yeah, there is the total due. Now we need this invoice number near total due. So what we will do is move this up. This is our second invoice, so I will give reference of total due. So uh, this total due, see where it is coming, left off, that's fine, it is left, so that is right. Then again it is below, so we will have to give the reference, it is below. So left and below, so below, see it is just below it. So okay, and now again just to give it range that it is not more below than this, because if we are just leaving it at below, then it can find even from here. So we are not doing that. We are going to give one more reference that it is not going beyond this range. So how we will do that? We will do here above, and this one bottom. Okay, so you can see this, we took all above region and this is bottom. So in bottom we will give reference like 50. No, so 50, you can see when I give offset of 50, then it is making it in half. So we want to increase this value, so instead of 50 I will make it 100, and let's see. Okay, so now you can see it is capturing all this value. So okay, so we got another invoice. So like match this now, invoice 2. So you can see we have invoice 2 here. Now we want to capture the value from second invoice, which is here. So how we will do that? We will create another character string. So character string, and this is our invoice 2. Invoice 2. In this also we don't need the hash, so we just want all the numbers. So we are selecting all the numbers. Here we go, this is 35. Now we are giving the reference, so the reference is going to same for this second invoice. Okay, so this is our invoice, second invoice, and we are getting the value right of it. So this right, and then above and bottom. So see, this is our second invoice, then above, bottom, -10, then again second invoice, and this time it is below and top, and here offset is -10. Okay, now match. So in this, when we are checking, see, we for first invoice number characteristic we are getting this, but we are not getting that one here because we don't have invoice number on the top. But in this second page we are getting the value from second invoice, you can see here. Okay, why is this coming hash here? We need to decrease the number here. So we will do it 20, and let's see what we get here. So now again match and invoice 2. So this is blank. Okay, good. Here we got only the 100 and not the hash. Okay, good. So now we got two invoice number using two different element character string, but we have to assign these two different element in one block. So how we will do that? That is the thing that we are going to see in this. So uh, invoice number. Okay, cool. So we need only one invoice in our output, invoice number in our output. So we will use only one invoice number block. But we have here two invoice element that we cannot pass into this. There is a way to pass these two in the expression that, but we are not going to use that for now. We are creating one more element that we will pass into this, and to create that element we will be using pre-search condition. So I will show you how we can do that. So now I'm going to add the region. So you can see this is our region and this is my invoice number region. Okay, now I'm going to write some script of Abbyy layout. So how I will do that? The code is like if invoice one dot is found, then then RSA means restrict search area in this invoice one dot rect. So in this, if we found the invoice one, this invoice character string, then make the rectangle of that, make take that value and make the restrict search area in that one for the invoice number one. But if we don't find the invoice one, then what we will do? Then else, if we find the invoice two dot is found, then it will be RSA invoice 2 dot rect. Okay, and if in some invoice, just take example, if some invoice there is no invoice number, then in that case it will capture any random value from anywhere. So we don't want that to happen. So how we will take precaution from that? We will do else don't find anything. If we don't find invoice 1 or 2, then don't find anything and don't make a rectangle of anything. So when we click OK and again match this thing, so again match OK. Now just focus on this invoice number that we just created for our final invoice number. So when we click on this final invoice number, then you see from first invoice it is taking invoice number from here, okay, and doing nothing in this place. And from our second invoice, because there is no value, so it is not doing anything there, but it is capturing value from the bottom, okay. And this invoice we can, this element that we just created region, we can pass in this place like this, okay, and again match. And now you will see that this is the field that we want to capture. In the second page you will see again this is the field that we want to capture. So this is the way we can create multiple elements to for one particular field, and this is the code that you can use. So this is what I wanted to show you in this video. I hope this helped you, and if you like this video, then please just give a thumbs up. And for like I'm going to upload more video related to Abby Flexi Capture, and like everything in detail, like scripting, how we can do the scripting in document definition, and scripting in Abby Flexi layout. So stay tuned to my videos and subscribe and click on the bell button, right? Yeah, bell button. And in next video, I want to tell you that next video I'm going to actually create a script in document definition to categorize the line item. So first I will show you how you can take this line item using repeating group, and then later I will show you how you can categorize this line item description and then add its value. So like we have mango and another mango, so add this value. So I will show you in the next video. For now, thank you so much for watching this video.